Hi guys, Critical Warlord here, and welcome back to School Shenanigans episode 2. We've had the last episode of that, got 89 views, pretty well done with that. I mean, that's a lot of views, so I'm happy with that, especially for like a small channel, you know, so I'm really ecstatic about that. Yeah, well, where we left off, I was at Papwick in Ascot. I basically, there's one more story I could probably tell you about this school that was pretty funny. I used to go to French class, and there was this guy, and we used to call him, pardon me, we used to call him Stidgen the Pigeon. I have no idea why we used to call him Stidgen the Pigeon. I wasn't there before he got his nickname, so I have no idea why they named him that. But I don't know whether he had learning difficulties, whether he had mental issues, or whatever. I know he had anger management issues. There was definitely anger management somewhere in there, because he was an angry guy. But I was in a French class one day, and I got bored. I used to get bored in class quite easily, and Stidgen was in front of me, and he just kept on staring at me. I mean, he'd turn around and stare at me, so I thought it would be a good idea to just stare at him and copy every single face movement he did, every single thing he said. I would copy. So he'd say, "What are you looking at?" And I go, "What are you looking at?" And just stuff like that. And he just wouldn't stop, and he was like, "Stop copying me, stop copying me." He was getting really angry, and at the end of it, my teacher was like, "Henry, stop it now." And I just didn't stop it because I just thought it was hilarious. And it ended up that he got up, and the teacher said, "Get down." And as he got up, he was still staring at me, still giving me evils. And the teacher was like, "Sit down." And he wouldn't sit down, and he picked up the chair, tried throwing it at me. He leapt over the table, tried going for me, and the teacher actually like grabbed him and shouted, "Everyone, get out the classroom now." It's like some big evacuation kind of thing. It was hilarious. It's like a fire drill, but an angry person drill kind of thing. It was so funny. I think I got into quite a bit of trouble for doing that. And he got into a lot of trouble because I think he punched the teacher or something to get him off him. So I think he got into quite a bit of trouble. But yeah, I passed my common entrance at this school, and ended up going to a place called Stowe, which is in Buckingham. Now this school had 2,800 acres of land. It had 3 lakes in the grounds. It had about 4 temples. It was like some old, if you know, what's it called? National Trust. It was in the National Trust. But yeah, it was one of those big houses that a wealthy person lived in before, in like the 1800s or something. But yeah, I went there. I was 13 when I went there, and I was a boarder because my dad had moved to Switzerland for work permanently, so I wasn't a weekly boarder anymore. I had to stay there the whole time. I'd come home at half term and end of term for the summer and for the winter and stuff like that. But yeah, the school was split up into houses, and in each house you'd have a certain amount of people from each year, and then, you know, like in the summer you'd have athletics against each of the houses, or you'd play football against each of the houses, or cricket, or whatever game you played. You'd play against each of the houses, and then there'd be a scoreboard. So it's that kind of thing. And I made a few friends when I moved in. All the people in my house were friends of mine, and I met this one guy, Carlos, and I'd kind of started smoking by then, and I got someone in the year above to get me some cigarettes when they went into town. Got me some cigarettes. It was around I think it was my birthday. I think it was the day of my birthday. This was like the third time that I'd ever smoked, and I thought, because it was my birthday, yeah, let's go at it hard. So me and Carlos go outside. We chain smoke 3 cigarettes each, like one after the other. I'd smoke one, put it out, smoke the next, put it out, smoke the next, and we'd be smoking it fast because we didn't want to get caught by the teachers. We go back inside, spray ourselves with deodorant and that, because you're not allowed to smoke, and we were like, oh, let's go to have a couple more. So we go and have, I think, 2 more, chain them, and then we go back inside. I, at this point, was feeling so sick. Like, I felt disgusting. I had to go into the toilet. I was puking everywhere. And in each house you had a matron, and a matron is like a nurse kind of thing, and they look after you if you're feeling sick. And I had to go up to the matron and tell her that because it was my birthday, I had the perfect excuse. I felt sick because the cake that the matron had bought me, because she'd bought me a cake that same day, I'd eaten the whole thing to myself, and they actually believed it. And cut a long story short, I ended up going to the sick bay, which is a place that you go when you're feeling ill, for the whole night. So my birthday was a disaster. I hope you enjoyed this portion of School Shenanigans, guys. I hope you're enjoying the series. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Peace out.